So, I know this video is extraordinarily long overdue? I don't know. Grammar's not my strong point, okay? It's the weekend. We don't gotta focus on that. But, I'll save that for school. But, I know I promised this like 3 months ago, but I finally got a new phone that can actually record more than 10 minutes because my old phone, it had a horrible camera quality, number one. Number two, it could only record 15 minutes of collective footage. So, and I'd already recorded a ton of photos and videos with my friends and stuff like that. I didn't want to end up deleting them, so I could record this video. And I know this is probably going to take longer than 15 minutes or whatever time I had left for recording. So I couldn't do the video. But now that I got a new phone, I can actually do this. We can do that ancient sketchbook tour. I promised. I broke my hand. That you're going to see that in this video. That I promised so long ago. And let's just get into it. So, we're going to look at those last. Those are important for the very end. But then we actually get into the first Wings of Fire drawing I ever made. I know, I'm so proud of myself. It looks absolutely horrible. The art style is so bad, and I don't know where I was going. Like, I could have used reference from the books. It did not look good. And can my phone focus? Thank you. This was a comic series I made. I have multiple of them throughout the book, and I really hate it. It's really bad. The story's stupid. It doesn't even start in the beginning. It starts midway through, and my plan was go back, make a beginning for it, but I didn't want to because I was too lazy. That's going to be a very big recurring theme in this book. I'm very lazy. Book, video, same thing. I'm very lazy, so if you guys want me to, there's multiple comics. There's like a big multitude of them. I'll release these, I don't know, post them on my account or something like that, but they're very cringe. Don't ask for them. They're stupid. And here was the first like big drawing I ever made for Wings of Fire. It was this cover for a fan fiction I was working on. Never gonna release that as well. It was very stupid. Oh god. Okay. Well, my sister found this book. Shoot. That's fine. We don't need to worry about that. So, it was very bad drawing. Proportions suck. Jade Mountain in the back. I can't even tell it as Jade Mountain without actually thinking of when I drew this. And here's a different comic. This is still using the, really bad old art style. It was no bueno. I still don't like it. I probably never will. But I guess I can appreciate the improvements that it made from the last one. Still, like, body and stuff like that. I actually tried to spice things up, hands and things like that. But again, we're going with that stupid this thing. Like, I just decided, you know what? I'm just gonna skip out from. This is like multiple weeks after the first freaking panels. These first panels, I was so lazy. I didn't want to end up making that fluff. I just wanted to go to the ideas I had in my head instantly. Like, look at this whole panel thing right here. This literally gets skipped in the next line that goes multiple years back, five years earlier, I was so lazy. And we're going to come back to this drawing in a bit. But here I'm experimenting with my style. A lot of this is experimenting with an art style. And this was just a stupid comic I made. And another thing that you're going to see, very big trend in this book, is the unlinearity. I'm so bad with, making comics where they go. Because sometimes you'll see, like, that crappy old art style in the beginning, and like halfway through the book, I just decided like, here, let's go all the way halfway through the book, and then sometimes it'll just be pages full of like nothing, like literally nothing. So I didn't go like linear, which was so stupid. I was dumb child. And here we go. This is one of the biggest improvements in my art style I've ever had. This is when I studied, and I like Ice Wings a lot. You'll see that as a big trend in this book. I studied the Joy Ang references a ton while I was upset with my art style because I didn't like it. I thought it was stupid. And eventually I figured out how that snouts work, how that these faces work, how they weren't just a beak, but instead it had this design, it had this curve on the neck. And I like this drawing. I honestly really do. I kind of envy it a little bit. I wish my art style was a lot less cartoony and a little bit more realistic, down to earth, like say Alpen's art style is. But I like mine. I'm not too mad about it. I wish that it could be better and I could make full bodies and things like that. Okay, I went on a tangent. This is the biggest improvement from old art style to more Joey Ang, and this is when I started developing my art seriously. And then right around this area of the book, this is the only time that it's actually kind of linear, I finally found the Wings of Fire fan on Wiki, and this was like a few weeks before that book 9 was going to release. I wanted to find more information about it because the cover had just been released and I saw a picture on it on Google somewhere, so I did more research. And I found the Wings of Fire fan and wiki, and I found the comic section for like, things that you could read and stuff like that. And I ended up reading the Dragon Sheep Studios Poison and Honey comic, and I love that so much. Like I reread it all the time. It's a very good comic. If you haven't seen it, go read it. It's good. But you know what I did when I saw that art style? You know what my creative little ass did? That's right. I stole that shit right off. Yeah, it was so bad. It was so bad. But I decided that it'd be a good idea to yoink the art style from Dragon Sheep Studios, and so that was fun. That was dark times, if you know what I mean. And here we go. I'm still using that art style. It's going to be a continuous trend throughout the book. Also, yes, adding onto that lazy thing, I wouldn't make my own art style. I'd find an art style and I'd copy it. And I'd be like, oh, I'll just use this for a little bit. I couldn't make my own. I was also like 10, 11, so I didn't understand what like copying was that much because I was super young. But still, again, using that art style with these characters, and I ended up making a comic on the next page with that art style. And I will release these if you want me to. Just comment or whatever. I don't really care. But it's just an original, stupid comic. And adding on to that laziness, I end it next panel because I decided I didn't want to continue it. So that was fun. And then here we go. This is where I'm still using that Dragon Sheep Studios art style. I still really like it. And I made this comic. This comic is going to be a reoccurring theme for multiple pages, not panels. But it's like the same storyline as, seen multiple times. And it was just basically this alternate universe where Darkstalker survived. I'll release this one too if you want me to. Where Darkstalker survived, and then like an Ice Knight hybrid ended up living in the, kingdom or whatever, the Night Kingdom. So it's his struggles because he's a special snowflake. Animus can read minds. And this is like I was talking about. I continue this story. I redrew it because I didn't like the previous one. I put a lot more dialogue. This whole page is actually dialogue. And then I'm still using that Dragon Sheep Studios art style. I guess it's a little bit better. I'm developing like proportions and things like that, but I still hate it so much. Like, see, that was good. Those talents were good. I like that one. But again, copying, so it doesn't really even count. Star Wars, I'm a nerd. Alright, so now this is where there's a bunch of drawings that ended up going missing from this book, right? I don't know why, but I guess I took them out sometime, and I can't find them anymore. I've looked everywhere for them, but I can't. But I started to develop that style we saw previously, the Joy Ang inspired one, and ended up making my own. Not my own, it was a Joy Ang style, but I ended up drawing kind of good. These drawings were alright. I did this whole, like, description thing with, like, gender, tribe, occupation, abilities, so on and so forth, perks, because I was so cool, and my dragon OCs were just, definitely not Mary Sue's. But, I mean, ignoring that stuff, this drawing was alright, and it helped me develop my style. These legs I kind of liked. I actually got the talons right, which is something I never expected that I would end up doing way back when, especially because, mine kind of sucked back then. But, needless to say, I can't even draw talents now, so that was impressive for back then, especially. Now, here are some of the drawings that I did end up finding. Here's a lot of them, in fact. And, they were just some, old drawings from that old art style that I found that I liked, I guess. And sorry, I thought I heard someone at my door, and I don't want them seeing all these drawings. But this is an OC that I made. I really, really was proud of this drawing. I remember being so happy with it. I showed my sister because we both watched. Yes, we watched Wings of Fire. No, we read the book series and at the same time, and we were drawing at the same time. I really like this one. I like the teeth and the whole face and the blushing and stuff. I don't know why. This OC actually still kind of exists, quote unquote. It did previously. I ended up getting rid of it, but traded it out for Fennec. If you ever saw that drawing, I need to redraw that OC. That was a good OC. I still have it if I'm ever going to release that crappy fanfic I'm making. And then we have, oh boy, I can't even spell. This was an older see. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that smug face. He's so sexy, bro. It's such a bad drawing. Oh, the arms and the wing. Oh my god, so bad. But this is a drawing I made for my sister. This Sea-Wing. Didn't even know that I actually had a drawing on the back when I made it, so it's fine. But then here we go, back with that Dragon Sheep Studio art. This was made before before these drawings were made, but I was still using that. And this was also when I started to get involved in the fandom a little bit more, and I started to go to the fan and wiki and saw all the fan tribes and stuff. So this was based off of the, what are they called? The lightning wings or whatever, the ones that had like Tempest Wing, that's what they're called. I don't know if they still exist or not. I haven't been on the fan and wiki in a long time. But this guy was based off of like a Spark, I think they were called, that were like, they had like electric abilities. So basically bootleg like Electro Man. It was very fun. It was a really stupid comic. I think it was so dumb. But then we have this comic. Now, I do not know where a previous comic that I had went. I might actually be able to find it. It might be in another drawing, but that just reminded me. This was another drawing. This was about that Horus character that you saw earlier, sand ice hybrid. But in the Ice Kingdom this time, it was a bad comic too. But I'm gonna go find that other journal. And these are more recent drawings. These were actually made in 2020, before the world went to crap. But actually, I think one of them was from 2019. Doesn't matter. This was a drawing that I started experimenting with that 3/4 perspective. Is a drawing of Sky. Our bestest boy. Sorry, my finger was in the way. But it was yeah, so good. I really love this one. It was bad, really bad. I contemplated I wanted to get the Reddit app because it was the first drawing I made when I actually found the subreddit. He was like, "Oh, I want to show everyone this drawing. It's so good." It's not, but I was proud of it. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it. I never ended up actually getting the app, but I did buy a PC. So I got Reddit on that, and I just started, uploading things from there. And here we go. You might recognize this drawing. This was quite recent, actually. In 2020, at least. This was the first drawing I ever uploaded of Moon, and I did a digital trace over of this one. But this is the pencil one, and you can see that it's really bad. Look at the proportions of the eyes. It's just not good. But this is where I've kind of found that cartoony art style. This is where that I kind of started getting a grip on drawing. And when I made this drawing, I was very proud of it. I really liked it. And this one, although it looks stupid, I can't deny how that it has influenced me a ton, and how it has influenced my art style a ton. It's honestly was a pretty big deal to me, and had this piece not exist, I don't think I would have started redrawing, Wings of Fire stuff. I don't think that, I can't speak. I don't think I ever would have started uploading had I not made this drawing. Because this drawing inspired me. This drawing was something that I saw this and I saw that, well, I can do that 3/4 perspective, which was something I always struggled on with the previous drawings I've shown you. I can do all of this stuff. So I started drawing. I got the IBIS Paint X app on my phone. I started drawing. I made that style. And, it's all history from there. This drawing, although stupid, I can't deny the amount of impact that's had on me. So yeah, this was another drawing. It was really bad. But yeah, that's my old art. That is my very bad old art, but it is old art nevertheless. Sorry, I'm putting these, it's going to be black screen for a sec. I'm putting these stuff back in the journal. Ancient Sketchbook Tour. I know you guys think it's so good. But, yeah, sorry it took so long to upload again. Stuff with the phone. I think I have a few more drawings. If you guys want me to, and I find those drawings, I'll make a part 2 again. Just tell me in the comments or something. Or don't. I can't really control you. It's your choice. I don't really care. I know these videos are probably, super cringe. Especially because my voice sounds so nasally and stupid. So, sorry about that if it is really cringy. But yeah, thanks for watching.